And we're back. Let's roll. It's real. All right. Come on, let's roll. Should be nighttime, and you can even see as you get to the hole, it looks dark, right? It doesn't look like light shooting through, which is okay. And we kind of know where to go because we've got the little highlight deal. So, kind of ride the edge of the water a little. I don't know why I always jump, but something tells me it works good. Alright, we're in the water and we're pointing towards the houses. Okay, here we are. As quick as possible, Z. Nice fresh day. And a rope. Okay, eating our food. Drinking this water. And we're going to hang this stuff up here. Boop and boop. I'm going to restock that other one. Is there some water? Okay. And I try to always, even in real life, when you park, you should back out. I feel like it's like when you're pulling into a parking space. As you approach it, you can look all around, see if anyone's around. So you kind of know, unless someone's sneaking up on you, you're not going to back up into someone. You looked, you didn't see anybody, you flip the car around, you start backing up. When you have to back up, it's hard to see. You don't have the luxury to... Why can't I move? You don't have the luxury to always know when you're going to back up. And unless you're in a hurry, you can always give yourself the option to get out of there a little quicker. Because you just start the car, get going. So it's also like if there's some troublemaker that's going to come up to you in the parking lot, do you want to have to back out? Or do you want to hop in your car and go? So I always wonder if you see the cars that are backed in, if they're overthinking it like I am. Because if you've ever heard me talk about driving, it's the most dangerous part of your day, right? I feel like people don't think of that. And then my grandpa would always say that when you're driving, you have to drive not only the car that you're driving, but the other person's car. Well, what the heck does that mean? Crazy old grandpa, right? What it means is you're watching the cars around you, and you're trying to adjust your driving as much as possible in case they're not driving good. So, like, it was raining today. Had the kids in the car, like I was saying in my last video or a couple back. We went and saw Jaws 3D, the 50th anniversary, and it was pretty cool because it was like, what the heck are you want to see Jaws 3D? Get out of here. It was raining and stuff out of nowhere too, like no rain. Then we come out of the movie and there's puddles everywhere. It's like crazy rain. We don't live in Rainville, so where's the other guy? Come on. Alright, I had to recharge a little. And as we're driving, you know, you could see a car that had like slid off the road, and it's just like weird where you're like, why would the car even slide off the road? But so as I approached the stoplight, I purposely stopped, like started slowing down, so I'm approaching it at like 20 miles an hour, and then stopped way far back just in case the guy behind me wasn't paying attention, slammed on the brakes, and then slid. And what's funny is, I was explaining to my kids, like, oh, you gotta drive, like, I'm driving the car behind me, and they're like, what are you talking about? And the guy behind me was slowing down a lot, pacing me, giving a whole ton of room, so he was actually, like, looking at me thinking, what's this guy doing? And he had a huge gap behind me, so it was kind of funny, but I feel... Is there another guy? Wasn't there one more guy? I feel like, it's smart sometimes to give yourself a lot of room from the car in front of you. You know, they say you're supposed to see like the back of the tires touching the road. But you know, I mean, if anything, you can lead off and not have to push the gas as hard to get going into second gear, which sounds funny, but another thing my grandpa would teach me is like he would drive like very, very carefully, like turn the air conditioner on, full blast going uphill, turn the air conditioner off, or I'm sorry, full blast going downhill, and then turn the air conditioner off when you go uphill. Now, oh, what happened? Get out of there. Now, what was I going to say? Now that does help save some gas because your engine does use energy to do that. But realistically what that was is it used to be when you would go up hills, your car could like overheat actually. Because when you think of air conditioning, it's making your engine work harder, which cars used to overheat easier. And actually the solution, at least for older cars, if your car was running hotter, like you see it approaching H, you could actually turn the heat on full blast. So even if it's the middle of summer and hot, if your car's struggling and overheating, you want to get the RPMs down. Oh, let's get out of here. And you would want to turn your heat on full blast. And it's blowing the air over your engine. How do you think it heats? It blows the air through your engine. So very minimal. Definitely not going to say it's going to make even a significant difference, but might it make just a smidge of a difference? You know, it could. Nowadays, I don't think so. I think cars are so efficient. So, the one thing you don't ever want to say is nowadays, right? Does that mean you're a hip young person? Well, nowadays it does, right? I don't think so. Okay. Use my little stick. Yeah, how many uses can I get out of this? Now, no one's chasing me? I was hoping one would chase me down here. Alright, the house location is great. If the problem with building the house is too many bad guys keep bugging me, mission accomplished. So maybe we didn't get a lot of the house built, but we did do good. Look, we're getting bones. Am I stocked up? No. Alright, and I gotta get back there. I want to fill that up. Already almost 8 minutes in here. Okay. Oh, there's another buddy right there. Oh, that's not what I want to use. Alright. I feel like another thing with like this aiming, I think my mouse here has its own button that I can push to get faster. That doesn't sound good. Whenever I hear that noise, I'm always like, he's just saying hello. Okay, like I was saying, so if you're aiming, let me get these, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'll go to the island, maybe it's safe. Get it all stacked up. Really running out of room, I think. Let me go to the island. My little boat. I'll show you what I'm saying. Definitely told you the spiel about how the boat is the best means of travel because you don't have to hold shift or something. Alright, put our bones down. Gravy. Alright, so if I'm aiming and I'm like moving my mouse left and right, like look at how fast it's going, okay? Hang on, let me push the button. Hit the button. Okay, I'm hitting too many buttons here. Only has 2 settings? Okay, there's super fast. Alright, so now I have to move the mouse further to aim. I think I was already on that setting. But I think you can go into your settings, for example. Options. It's either gameplay or controls. Gameplay. Controls. Mouse sensitivity. Mouse smoothing. So it looks like for this 50-50, Let's do like super low. Like 3 and 3. Let's see what this is. Let's see what this is. Alright, so now if I'm aiming, I am moving the mouse like crazy to aim. So I can get right there. Bam. So I wish you could push a button to be like, I wish what they should have is this. Regular mouse controls. And then when you're aiming a bow, like if you're going to use bow and arrow, like it should say bow and arrow mouse controls. And then I would turn it to this and I'd have, like, look, I can move it if I move, but if I really want to get that fine aim, it's right there. Alright, let's put it back to, I guess, 50-50, because I like it, but I don't want it, I don't know. We'll do 41. See, even the mouse controls in this, it's like I'm trying to control it. Let's just go back and forth till we get it. Can we just get it? Okay, we'll just leave it at that. So a little bit more fine-tune. Not much. Alright. Well, there you have it. Yeah, no, my grandpa was pretty cute. He would, if you live somewhere dry, you can use a swamp cooler, which is an evaporative cooler, which is basically a metal box, you know, 4 foot by 3 foot, whatever, a little square cube. On the sides of it, it has a place where water can trickle down, and then this big fan is blowing and sucking the watery air. It's pulling it in. So you got this hot, dry air getting forced to get sucked into wetness and then blown into your house. And so the main energy is spinning a big fan, basically. And then almost no energy is this little pump to pump the water. And it can take dry 100-degree air and on the other end be spitting out like, I don't know, 60-something degree air. And so instead of having an air conditioner that works a lot harder, other than humidity, you're going to have a lot of humidity. And if it's humid outside and not dry, this won't work. The magic of it is it has to take the energy transfer of the dry to the wet is what it is. And it's kind of like an air conditioner where it takes a lot of energy to smush down that Freon coolant stuff. It's kind of like that, where there's some magic in injecting moisture into the air that makes it cool, and I don't quite understand it. Is it relative to the other dry air? Is it like it's moisturizing air, blowing it into a house that's full of dry air, and just the reaction of taking a dry air house and making it more humid makes it cool? Or is it just the air that's blowing out is cooler? I'm not sure if there's a combination effect there, but call 1-800-ROG. Call in, you know. I have a college degree in evaporative cooling. Really? Wow. Well, would you like to come on our show? Because we'd love to have you. Alrighty. Okay, how we doing here? Well, we still got a lot to do as far as building. Definitely not saving it yet. And we're approaching time, so I need to run back to the house, and that's probably all for today. So for this video, though, because I was telling stories, I want to see if I can get the sound. I want this video to be the model for sound. Get the sound just right, where it's enjoyable, you're not blasting your speakers. So wish me luck. We'll see. So I'm going to try to set it at like maybe 70% game volume. I don't know. I might try that. Just call it 70. So wish me luck, and I'll see you next time.